G'day mate, 40 here. So I was just at Steven Pinker delivering a lecture on rationality at the Daniel Pearl annual lecture. Daniel Pearl's the Wall Street Journal reporter who was beheaded in Pakistan back in circa 2003. Anyway, a few thoughts on the Trump conviction. I want to try to fit it into wider trends, and that is the Republican Party is increasingly becoming the low IQ party, right? That the smarter someone is, according to various surveys, the more likely they are to loathe Donald Trump, right? The higher someone's verbal IQ, the more likely they are to loathe Donald Trump. And Trump's defense team was just particularly inept, right? So the Democrats were particularly efficient, right? Right now, this looks like a big win for the Democrats, right? The Democrats completely rejiggered the law and brought about a case that all sorts of other prosecutors said was not a case. But they made the case viable and they pulled it off. It was a win by being very effective in their legal strategy. While by contrast, the Trump team was just highly ineffective in its legal strategy. And so one downside with increasingly being the party of the low IQ is that your experts, right, aren't so expert. And you see that with the Republicans, they're increasingly the party of the low IQ. And there's a price to be paid for being the low IQ party. So when the elites are steadily, ever increasingly on the side of the Democrats, then it's harder to get things done. Because to get things done, often you get much more valuable help from one billionaire than you do from 25,000 high school dropouts. And so Trump's team, ran a really inept defense. Like Trump seems to choose his lawyers on the basis of how good they look. And from all the legal commentators I saw, and that was Steven Pinker, a lecturer at the School of Law here at UCLA, all the legal experts I've read thought that Trump's defense team was like absolutely pitiful. And so it's really hard to get anything done when 90% of the elites are against you, as opposed to if only 75% of the elites are against you. Right, if Trump can cleave off 25% of the elites, right, he can still get things done. Right, Rupert Murdoch and News Corporation show that you can get things done, you can make money if you can count on support from 20%, 25% of elites. But if 95% of elites are against you, it's very hard to get anything done. And Trump, like Nixon before him, is often in great danger of having the elites steadily side against him because things work on momentum. And it's just completely socially unacceptable to be pro-Trump in all sorts of elite social circles, growing perhaps ever more unacceptable. And so when Trump was contesting the 2020 election, he couldn't get any high-powered lawyers to take his cases because it just appeared that his case was ridiculous and no high-powered lawyers would take his case. Trump is not exactly assembling the best and the brightest on his various legal teams. And in this case, his legal team was particularly inept and he paid the price. Right? You really want to have the elite on your side. Right? If you want to succeed, right, you find out who has power and then you give it to them. You flatter them. You tell them how great they are. And if you don't do that, then you're going to have a lot of misery.